Hey, what's up guys? Rob here. Welcome back to a brand new Blu-ray DVD update. Went to a lot of different places this time. Goodwill, Salvation Army, Walmart, Family Video. Ordered some things off of BestBuy.com and I got some amazing deals, let me tell you. So, I have a handful of Blu-rays and a handful of DVDs. Let's get started with the Blu-rays. The first one here that I'm going to show you is a TV show, probably one of the most popular TV shows out there. And no, I'm not talking about Walking Dead. And I'm kind of late to the party on this, but I'm definitely going to check it out, and I cannot wait. And it is Game of Thrones, of course. I know, I should have watched this from the beginning, because almost everyone I talk to says, man, you need to watch this show. It's just awesome. And to be honest, when it was first announced, I just didn't really have any interest. There's only certain shows that I like Breaking Bad, Gotham, Lost, when that was a thing. Cobra Kai is probably my favorite show so far. But I'm really interested to watch this. So this is the very first season on Blu-ray, and you will not believe how much this was. I think they're having some kind of sale at Best Buy. I paid $10 for this. $10 when the normal price was like over $20. I paid $10 for this. Now there are only certain seasons that are at least $10. I think like season 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the rest are a little bit higher. I could be wrong about that, but what better way to start? So I purchased it, and I thought this is going to be my way of getting into the show. So it's an HBO series, and yeah, this is a really cool set. I love it on Blu-ray, and yeah, you can't go wrong for the price. You just cannot go wrong for one of the most popular shows ever. Everyone's talking about it, so I don't want any spoilers or anything in the comments. I'm going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show and start from the beginning. So anyway, that's the first one. The next one I got at Family Video, and it's called The Day, and it stars Shawn Ashmore, who's been in a lot of horror films. He's been in Frozen, directed by Adam Green. He was in The Ruins, which I really like. He was in the Mother's Day remake with Rebecca De Mornay. Of course, he's mostly famous for being an X-Men, Iceman. So I'm really happy to see Shawn Ashmore in movies, because I just think he's a great actor. This also has Ashley Bell and Dominic Monaghan, who was in the movie Lost. Of course, he was also in the Lord of the Rings. But this looks really interesting. It's the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I've never seen it before. But it says WWE Studios. So I wonder what that's all about. It's Anchor Bay. But yeah. It's called The Day. I paid $1 for this on Blu-ray. The next one I just had to get because it's from the director of one of my favorite thrillers of all time, Fatal Attraction. And it is Unfaithful. Directed by Adrian Lyne, who, like I said, directed Fatal Attraction. You can see, references to Fatal Attraction in this movie. A lot of the cinematography and stuff is the same. But, Adrian just has this really cool way of shooting these, like, erotic kind of thrillers. I mean, there's a lot of nudity and sex and stuff in this, just like there was kind of in Fatal Attraction. But this movie is unbelievable. I remember first seeing this, at the time, she was my girlfriend. She showed this to me, and I'm just like, wow, this was actually pretty damn good. And, Richard Gere and Diane Lane. Yeah, just really, really good. And I love the third act. The third act of this movie gets crazy. I'm gonna do a review of this because I love this movie. So that's the next one. Here we have a Severin Films releasing of The Baby. I got this at a thrift shop. Truly one of the most bizarre films to come out of Hollywood in the 1970s. I think I remember seeing this one time, and I just don't remember too much about it. I think it was 1973. But it's a Severin Films releasing. I really do like Severin Films. Even though a lot of the films that they put out, I want to say they're not the best quality. They could have cleaned them up a lot better, especially some of the releases that I got, especially like the, like the Emmanuel movies. But anyway, here's a nice upgrade to Blu-ray. House of a Thousand Corpses, which is my hands down my favorite Rob Zombie flick. Most people will say Devil's Rejects. Devil's Rejects is definitely my top 5, but my favorite is House of a Thousand Corpses. I think this movie is very original. I like the story, the backwoods killers, Baby Firefly and Otis and Dr. Satan and Captain Spaulding. I just like the characters. I don't know. So that's a nice upgrade. Now we're going to talk about some DVDs, some very obscure ones. Here's one I haven't seen in a long time called Radio Flyer. Now this one has John Hurd, Elijah Wood, there he is right there, and Joseph Mazzello from Jurassic Park, right there. Look how small he is there. And he was also in The River Wild when he's a little bit older there. In The River Wild, but this is a Richard Donner film. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this one, but I found this DVD and it was sealed at the Salvation Army. But yeah, both Joseph and Elijah Wood were really young there. I'm not sure if this came out before The Good Son. I think it did. Elijah Wood looks younger than he did in The Good Son. But yeah, I think it said 1992. Yeah, 92. So yeah, I saw that sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna grab it. And it was $0.25. I paid $0.25 for this on DVD. Radio Flyer. Here is an underrated gem right here. Along Came a Spider, starring Morgan Freeman. Yeah, this is a good one. I wanted to find this on Blu-ray, for a good price, of course. But I've always been a fan of Monica Potter. I've always, I always thought she was, well, she still is. She's good looking, but always had kind of a crush on Monica Potter. But anyway, great movie. Here's one that I found at the Salvation Army as well, and I paid $0.25 for it that I didn't have. Stripes with Bill Murray. Love this movie. The story of a man who wanted to keep the world safe from democracy and meet girls. Oh man, great movie. Ivan Reitman Film, of course, who directed Ghostbusters. But you got Harold Ramis, who wrote this with some other people like Dan Goldberg. But yeah, you got John Candy, P.J. Souls, Warren Oates. Great movie. Back in Bill Murray's prime, pretty much. Here's one I haven't seen in a long time either. Cellular. Kim Basinger, Chris Evans, Jason Statham, and William H. Macy. I remember this one being pretty good. Kind of a cat and mouse kind of thing, a thriller. But look at Chris Evans. Look at Captain America. There's Captain America right there. But yeah, a lot of good stars in this one. David Ellis did this movie. But yeah. Found this one at Goodwill for a couple of bucks, and I didn't have it, so I thought, why not? Now here's one. I found this one at the Salvation Army sealed, and I've never seen this, but I have heard of it. And I believe it was 1989, starring Robert Downey Jr., and it's called Chances Are. Now he's very, very young in this movie. And I think it has the girl from, I think she was in Walker, Texas Ranger. I used to watch that all the time. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself, he is very, very young. And like I said, I remember hearing about this movie. I think someone like dies and then gets resurrected as Robert Downey Jr. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I saw this sitting there, and I'm like, wow, this is an old one. So I went ahead and picked it up. Now here's one I remember seeing on TV a long time ago with Chris Christopherson and Ali MacGraw, called Convoy. Ain't nothing gonna stand in their way. Now this is part of the 30th anniversary edition, part of the Cheesy Movies Gold Classics. Yeah, the you know, they're chased through this. They're chased through the states by a corrupt cop. Yeah. It's been a long time. Like, I remember my dad, he always liked this movie. There's a couple other ones too, like Black Dog, which has to deal with like trucks and stuff, with Patrick Swayze. Also Duel. And Duel, I love Duel. Duel is like one of my favorite films, with Dennis Weaver. But yeah, this is a good one too. I found this at the Salvation Army. Really, really good. I'm finding a lot of older ones at Salvation Army. The last two here are horror films. I picked this one up at Family Video for $1, and it's the newest addition in the Lake Placid franchise, and it is Lake Placid Legacy. Now, I've heard some pretty bad things about this one, but I don't really expect much because the last 3 movies really sucked when it came to Lake Placid. But I'm a completist, so when I see a movie that's part of a series that I do not own, you know, the whole set, then I pretty much have to get it. But like I said, I paid $1 for this, so chances are, if I don't like it or whatever, and I want to get rid of it, I'm not really, you know, breaking my wallet in any way. But yes, the newest film in the Lake Placid franchise. Look at the crocodile, don't look too bad. I'm sure it doesn't look like that in the actual movie, but anyway, the last one I'm going to show you looks really, really awesome. I have not seen it, but it's by Uncorked Entertainment. I do like Uncorked. And it's called Minutes to Midnight. That is an amazing cover. I was reading the back to this, and it kind of seems like, I want to say, a more messed up version of The Strangers. I mean, one guy's got a chainsaw. There's a person with an axe who looks like they're wearing the Hannibal Lecter mask, and then someone with a knife. And this, you know, it looks really, really cool. Pray These Strangers Don't Come Calling. Just, this cover is so cool. He looks like, I don't know if you guys have seen the Redwood Massacre. He looks like that guy from the killer from the Redwood Massacre, which is another one I need to find. That's like out of print. But anyway, I was reading the back, and yeah, these people in masks are hunting these other people down, and yeah, they're like in the mountains on a ski lodge. So it looks really, really cool. Like, I cannot wait to watch this. but it's got what's his name? William Baldwin. William Baldwin. It seems like he's been starring in a lot of things. I mean, he's in Backdraft 2. It seems like he's been yeah, doing different things here and there all of a sudden. One of the best classic slashers I've seen come to independent horror in a while. Well, independent horror, man, it's a shame that some of these films just don't get recognized as much, but I always say that because a lot of these have potential. And if you guys have seen this movie, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. But anyway, that's the last one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update. You know, a lot of different things. I had some comedies in there, some thrillers, some horror movies. Yeah, just some upgrades to Blu-ray and a TV show that I cannot wait to watch. You know, let me know in the comments if you enjoy Game of Thrones. Let me know in the comments if it's definitely worth watching, if it's definitely one of the best shows that you've ever seen. Because that's all I hear people saying, is it's the best show out there, one of the best shows they've ever seen. So, yeah, let me know. And I thank you very much for stopping by and taking the time to watch and subscribing. And, you know, I want to thank everybody for me hitting over 100 subs. You know, I have Brad Bronco Juggalo to thank mostly for that, because he's the one that made the announcement, gave me a shout out to bring my channel back up. And, you know, without him, you know, I might not be where I am. So I want to give, you know, a big thanks to him and the horror community also for standing by me and all the nice things. You know, they're really, really cool guys. You know, everyone in the horror community and ladies. But you know, it really is an honor to be friends and to be a part of it. So more horror reviews coming up. I was going to do a review, and I took it down. The I Spit on Your Grave review got a copyright thing, so I took it down because I didn't want to replace, you know, the audio, and it was so stupid. I only used like 6 seconds of audio. It just seems like they're really dumbing down on that stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a new way to do reviews, and I think I found a new way. So stay tuned for movie reviews, because I want to be cranking them out. I'm going to be talking about series. I have more horror collection movies or more horror collection videos coming. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, this is Rob signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.